Welcome to section 3, where we'll build the React skeleton. A walking skeleton is a minimal initial implementation of an application's architecture that includes and connects the basic components of the system. The React app will connect to the API built in the previous section and display a list of surveys. We'll need to install Node.js, an open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment that executes JavaScript outside a web browser. Node Package Manager, or NPM, is included with Node.js. NPM comprises a website to search for packages, the CLI to interact with NPM, and a software registry. A package is a file or directory that is described by a package.json file. NPM includes npx, a tool that enables packages to be run without downloading them. We can create a new React app with the Create React App toolchain. A toolchain is a set of distinct software development tools that are linked or chained together by specific stages. It is recommended for building single-page applications. The toolchain includes a module bundler and a transpiler, babel.js.io, enabling source code to be written in the latest version of JavaScript. We'll use TypeScript, which is JavaScript with static typing, meaning that variable types are known at compile time. Opening the react.ps1 PowerShell script, I'll start a new Create React App project with TypeScript by adding the template TypeScript option. I'm using a variable to declare the project name and then F8 to run the script. A few NPM packages don't include TypeScript types. For these, we need to separately add the type definitions. Looking at the folder structure for the React app that we built just now, the package.json file contains a list of dependencies. These components are placed into the Node Modules folder. There's a public folder containing index.html. This has a div with the ID of root, which is where the React components are rendered. In the src folder, there's a index.tsx file, that's a TypeScript file. The React DOM render function renders the app component into the root div. App is defined here, app.tsx. This is a function that returns HTML. Run npm start to launch the application. Instead of separating HTML, JavaScript and CSS, React single-page applications combine these in components. Components have state, which can be passed to child components as properties. Instead of updating the DOM directly, like jQuery, React uses a virtual DOM. Changes to the virtual DOM are synchronized with the real DOM. This is one-way binding virtual DOM to real DOM. React also uses JSX, a syntax extension to JavaScript, which is transpiled to JavaScript. I'll add a TypeScript file, surveylist.tsx, to the src/admin folder. This contains a function that returns JSX. JSX is a syntax extension to JavaScript that looks like HTML. A module is a self-contained unit that can expose assets to other modules using export and acquire assets from other modules using import. Export default enables another module to use a simple import statement. The JSX is transpiled to JavaScript. To see what the transpiled code looks like, paste the JSX into babeljs.io. Cross-origin resource sharing, CORS, is a mechanism that uses additional HTTP headers to tell browsers to give a web application running at one origin access to selected resources from a different origin. A web application executes a cross-origin HTTP request when it requests a resource that has a different origin. For security reasons, browsers restrict cross-origin HTTP requests initiated from scripts. During development, the React application will be served from localhost port 3000, while the API will be at a different port. Configure CORS in the program class so that the HTTP response includes access control allow origin in the header. This is contained within the builder environment isDevelopment block. Also call the useCORS method of the web application class. Back in the survey list function, useState and useEffect are both hooks. React hooks allow function components to have access to state and lifecycle. useState is a function that declares a state variable. This is a way to preserve some values between function calls. The left side syntax is array destructuring. useEffect is a function that runs code after React has updated the DOM. In this example, once the component is rendered, a request is made to the API. The response changes the state, which causes the DOM to be updated. Axios is a promise-based HTTP client for the browser. The get function returns a promise of type Axios response. This can be chained to then or catch. The square brackets contain dependencies. The effect runs if these change. Empty brackets cause the effect to run once. The map method of the array type maps each survey object into a list item. Keys help React identify items. Use a string that uniquely identifies a list item among its siblings, such as an ID. The AnyType can be used to avoid type checking errors. A module is a self-contained unit that can expose assets to other modules using export and acquire assets from other modules using import. Next step, open up the app function and return the survey list module. Then to run the application, in the terminal, change to the directory containing the React app and run npm start.